Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everybody's well on this cold morning. Edwin Volaton, let me say what's good to everybody real fast. Make sure, am I live? Yeah, I'm live. 55 people in the building. Kevin Rice, what's going on, man? All things, what's good? Ray Patterson, got a bunch of messages up. What's up? Marianne Bell, thank you so much. And thank you so much for your super thanks yesterday. Marianne Bell, thank you for joining the channel, and thank you for your super thanks yesterday or today. I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but I just saw it. Thank you so much. I really thank you very, very much for your support. Thank you for helping the channel continue to go. Thank you. Let me give you that gong. Where's my thing? Thank you. Edwin Volaton, what's happening? OPXID, what's happening? All things. Ernie V, HMC3. G go crazy. You don't want to do that, man. You don't want to, trust me, you don't want to go crazy. You don't want to go crazy. Barbara D, what's up? Richard Paris, what's happening with you? Big time supporter, fight game, and big word, big bird 101. Barbara D, the beautiful. Patrick Bell, what's happening? Merch is done. What's going on, man? Doggone, I got to get this merch done to Coach Ari. Patrick Bell, De Niro Bread Kennel, what's up? Oh man, I seen a semi go into a ditch in front of me and almost hit me in 7 to 10 cars. Ooh, I'm staying on it. That's why I'm staying in this house. What's going on, Mr. Fewell? Gilbert Jimenez in the building. What's happening? Motivation 104. Roke in the building. Did I monetize? No, I did not. No, I did not. Crazy thing is, though, I got to tell you, these dudes are doing me real dirty, man. These dudes are doing me real dirty, bro. Real dirty. Real dirty. What? Ugh. I have now. Hey, what's up? Jason said, what's up? Love the show, bro. Thank you, man. Big Block, what's going on, man? Kai Hike, what's happening? What's going on, Miss? What's up going on, Jordan? Rest in peace, John Bowie. Most definitely. We're going to do the 10 count again this morning for my guy, John Bowie. We all flags flying this week. Yeah, man. John Bowie died the day before yesterday. John had a heart attack and passed away. His son let us know. Let the Rise podcast know. Rise podcast let me know. Yeah, Chillville. John Bowie passed, man. So you know what it is. Screw it. Terrence Crawford is effing duck. Just kidding, man. Shout out to Terrence Crawford, man. Shout out to all the Terrence Crawford fans, too. See, man, it's those type of moments, man, where everybody got to realize we are a little bit, to a certain extent, we're a brotherhood. You know what I mean? To a certain extent. We enjoy the same sport. We enjoy going back and forth with each other. And, there's some people that really take it too far with their disagreement. They do too much. Like the guy that jumps on here trying to show his penis all the time, trying to show his favorite ones. The guy that always jumping on here trying to show his favorite stuff on screen. That's why I got demonetized. I said that. Yeah, man, it's tough, man. It's tough. It is tough. What's going on, Emmanuel Carter? Yeah, I've had 3 straight live streams demonetized. 3 straight. One got demonetized in the middle of it. It's just crazy because that had never happened before. But it is what it is. You keep on going, man. I'm probably just gonna try not to cuss at all. I'm gonna try to be very, very nice. But we got 3 topics we want to talk about, man. Because my dude, Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson, I'm really glad that a lot of this Devin Haney stuff has died down with Gervonta. Because Gervonta Davis needs to see Shakur Stevenson. Devin Haney needs to see Jaron Ennis. And I want to talk about that fake Anthony Joshua fight. I spent about 5 minutes being a fan of Anthony Joshua, and then I realized again why I didn't like him. There's just way too much phoniness going on around him, man. Why in the world are people behind this? Are people behind this Francis Ngannou garbage? Not that I have a problem with Francis Ngannou or Francis Ngannou getting his money. I see everything I've seen about Francis Ngannou. It seems like he's a good dude to me, right? But he should be fighting. But Francis Ngannou should be fighting Jim Jones. What's his name? What's the guy's name? John Jones. He should be fighting John Jones. That's what he should be doing. This guy Gervonta, and the way that Deontay Wilder got done out there. Well, first of all, it's Deontay Wilder's fault with that Joseph Parker fight because he should have been more engaged, more ready, more prepared, had more fire in his belly and all that stuff. But that dude Anthony Joshua got Otto Wallin. Got Otto Wallin. He's looked like he has not looked good in years. And then he goes and has this little make-believe fight, which he's going to be fully prepared for with Francis Ngannou. Zhang Parker is a good fight. Yeah, it's a good fight. It is. It's a good fight. Zhang has gotten his stock up. I mean, I'm looking forward to the fight. I think it's somewhere around it's a good fight because I like both fighters. Joseph Parker's a really good fighter. Zhang's a good fighter. I don't know who's going to win that fight. I probably lean towards Joseph Parker, though, over Zhang, to tell you the truth. I'll take Joseph Parker over Zhang. He's kind of mobile. Freaking Flyer said, Fanana, hope he KO AJ. Nah, he's probably going to get stopped. Francis Ngannou's probably going to get stopped. And then they're going to talk about Anthony Joshua like he's the greatest thing in the world again. Because that's how they're selling all this nonsense. Did you see how they sold the way that they sold Callum Smith? I am still amazed at how they were how ESPN, how Matchroom and those guys were talking about Callum Smith. Like people don't have memories or something. Callum Smith is a domestic level UK fighter. He's an upper level domestic fighter from the UK who was going to get and did get beat up in a mismatch with Artur Beterbiev. That fight was a mismatch. It wasn't a competitive fight. It was a mismatch. It was a mismatch coming into it. It was a mismatch during it. It's a mismatch. between him and Arthur Beterbiev. But they were talking this fight up like it was a real fight. And actually had me where people were saying, Fanon, what do you think is going to happen in the fight? And I almost didn't want to make a prediction because I'm like, dude, they're selling this garbage so hard. Is there something about Arthur Beterbiev that I don't know? There's a lot of focus on boxing on the fighters that are not the best. The best fighting the best is one thing, but you're calling fighters the best that are not the best. Callum Smith was not the best. Not the best. And I don't understand what it is about Arthur Beterbiev truly that have people not knowing that that dude is the best. Arthur Beterbiev may be one of the best dudes in all of boxing. That guy is a major, major, major problem. Like of all the people that that are going to be the Paulie Malignaggi, we got Eastern Europe taking over. Of everybody, the least one they talk about is Arthur Beterbiev. And Arthur Beterbiev may be the best Eastern European fighter there is. Him and Alexander Usyk. But I'm telling you, when I saw that match, that Alexander Usyk, Dmitry Bivol amateur fight, I was like, oh man. This dude ain't no joke, man. This dude was beating up on Usyk. Straighten up, beating up on Usyk. Was boxing with Usyk very, very well. Man, Beterbiev, Beterbiev's when I redo my pound for pound list, he's above Devin Haney. Ain't Nos is dropping below that guy. Okay? Is dropping below him. I'm sorry, man. I've been disrespecting Arthur Beterbiev, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. I've been underestimating Arthur Beterbiev, and I'm a fan. Above ain't no, yeah, hell yeah. Yes, without a doubt. Yes. Yes. He's going up there. You better believe it. He's a better fighter. He's a better fighter. I don't know if he's going above Shakur for me, though. I don't know. I got Beterbiev. I don't believe Bivol can't punch, bro. I think Beterbiev looking at him like he's soft. like I'm telling you, Beterbiev looking at him like he's soft. Look, man, I'm not convinced 100% about it. So I'm really looking forward to the fight. But look, man, Beterbiev is like that, dog. Like Beterbiev's like that, man. Beterbiev that is a stern looking dude, man. Okay. That is a stern looking dude. That guy looks like, hey man, he looks like half Neanderthal, man. Shout out to Paul Magno. Man, that man looked what, Hablo Halibus? That's what he said. He looked Hablo. He looked like like Paul Magno said, 11% Hablo Habilis. One of the smarter guys writing about boxing too. How do you have Beterbiev over Haney, but you ain't sure about Shador? I don't understand, because Shakur's a better fighter than Haney. That's you understand that. It's logical. Just use your logic for a second. If I say that I have Beterbiev over Haney, but I don't know if I have him over Shakur, it's not that complicated. I have Shakur over Devin. Devin's a better fighter than Shakur. Shakur is a better fighter than Devin. To me, it's a straightforward thing. Shakur is a better fighter than Devin. I mean, to me, it's not even complicated. Now, you can say that, but that's not true. T. Orlando, he has fought A-level fighters. He beat Oscar Valdez. But look, man, you can trash the great Shakur if you want. I don't know what he's going to do. It's a huge mistake to put it on pay-per-view. I think he's going back to regular. I think that's a huge mistake. I'm not waiting. You guys keep waiting. I've already seen him in 3 weight classes, T. Orlando. Dang, how long you got to wait? I was waiting while he was at 126. When he did what he did at 130, I'm okay. He did it at 130. Now he's at 135. Oh, he's a 3-division champion. He beat Oscar Valdez. He beat up Jamel Herring. He's already there for me. But anyway, you got Arthur over Dimitri. Do you have Tank over Shakur? I don't know, Kyle. I don't know about that Shakur. I don't know about Shakur and Gervonta, to tell you the truth. I have him over him pound for pound, but I don't really know if he's going to win the fight. Because I think Shakur is a bigger guy. I think Shakur is bigger than Gervonta is. I have Gervonta as a 130-pound fighter that's fighting at 135. So, Gervonta to me, man, he's more well-rounded than Shakur. Gervonta, that's why I've got Gervonta as my number 2 guy. I got him above Monster Inoue because I think Monster Inoue is a very good fighter, but he's just not as well-rounded as Tank. He doesn't have the defense Tank has. Tank can do whatever he wants to do in the ring. So Terrence Crawford's number 1, Gervonta's number 2, Monster Inoue's number 3. I can't remember who's number 4. But I'd have to go back to Twitter. I do it. Mine changes all the time because it's so, it's just so subjective. But I know Devin is number 6. So Shakur is probably number 5 or number 4. I remember who I have at number 4. Might be Errol. Oh, it was Errol. Provided Errol comes back healthy. I got Errol there. And then I got Shakur. I think I got Devin, Beterbiev, Jaron. And I would most definitely have Canelo up there higher. And I think I'm about to forgive Canelo for the juicing. I'm about to make Kamal Oz mad forever, but that's my guy, Kamal. Tank does not get hit. Tank does not get hit a lot. Tank does not get hit a lot. That's not true, GM. Oh, and that's not true. Whoever said that. The Tank gets hit a lot. Tank does not get hit a lot. Devin gets hit more than Tank does. We've already proven that. Devin gets hit more than the Tank does. Yeah, because I need more Mexican yuppie followers, bro. I need some more Mexican yuppie followers, dog. I'm about to forgive Canelo, man, and sell my soul for Canelo. Because I really like Canelo. So I think I'm going to sell out. Yes, he does, Benson and Hedge, and he does get hit more than Tank does. DJOC in the place to be. What's up? Yeah, he does. Nah, Shakur is better than Haney, and much better at that. He's not just better, he's much better than Devin. Man, Devin is beating up on little dudes, bro. I'm not trying to hear that. No, you lost that debate, dog. No, you don't. You're talking about averages. I'm talking about the actual amount of times he gets hit. Gervonta Davis does not get hit as much as Devin Haney does. What you're trying to do is say because he gets hit fewer times in a round that he gets hit less. No, you get hit. If you get hit 1,000 times in a fight and I get hit if you get hit 150 times in a fight and I get hit 50, you got hit more than I got hit. And why is that? Because I knocked my guy out. And your ass has to go 4. You have to go 12 rounds every time. So I'm not trying to hear that. Devin gets hit more. Devin takes more punishment than Gervonta Davis does. Because Devin can't end a fight. He goes 12 rounds every time. The more rounds you go, the more you get hit. And that's a fact. Faheem Satori only popped once. I'm not forgiving him for Faheem Satori. I'm joking. Okay? It is what it is. There's nothing to forgive. You know what I mean? He's not my child. I'm telling you right now, Devin Haney gets hit more often than Gervonta does because he always goes 12 rounds. That's why I've got Gervonta ahead of him because he doesn't have to go 12 rounds. He has something he can do that Devin can't do. Gervonta can end the fight. Fight over. That shit counts. I don't care. Edward, that Edlon De Los Santos that he clinched in me. I don't care. Denaro, so what? I don't care. I didn't see Shakur lose that fight. I know I believe I've seen Devin lose a fight. Depending on my mood for the day. Depending on what mood I'm in, I've already seen Devin lose to Lomachenko. So I don't trying to hear that. I saw Devin Haney, I saw Lomachenko doing all kind of shit to Devin that I ain't never seen anybody do. He popped twice before the same fight, Fahim. I'm not putting $50 on that. He had 2 samples test positive. I know. Look, man. Look, here my thing is, man. I don't want to talk about that dude. I want to get back on this Gervonta and Shakur. Because that's the fight I want to see. Because Devin can go fight Jaron. Here's the thing. Since I try to talk about making a fight, getting a fight done with Terrence Crawford and Jaron Ennis, and all you Terrence Crawford fans start crying and being upset because you don't want to see him fight a guy in the same weight class as him for some odd reason. All right, well, Devin is the same size, so let's get Devin Jaron. Can we get that fight at least? Isn't Devin a big superstar? He's on a pound for pound list. He's selling 45,000 pay-per-views. He's doing $1.6 million gates. He's a big star. Can we get that fight? Or do you guys got a reason not to make that fight too? Huh? I know I heard you guys talking about, I know you guys. Fahim, come on, man. Come on, Fahim. 4 samples. Thank you, sir. I'm not going to argue with that because you sound very positive about it. So ain't no way I'm going to argue about that. Look, Shakur Stevenson can fight, man. But look, man, can we get that fight at least? Since you don't want to see Jaron Ennis fight Terrence, can we please see that? You got Teofimo Lopez talking about fighting Terrence. Then what? Why shouldn't there should be no problem with Devin Haney talking about fighting Jaron Ennis? I mean, if Teofimo Lopez can want to fight Terrence Crawford, is it so wrong for me wanting to see Devin Haney fight Jaron Ennis? Tank literally killed. No, that's not an easy fight, dog. I'm telling you right now, man. Shakur Stevenson is a way better fighter than you guys think. Like, you guys are tripping on Shakur Stevenson. You're drinking that Haney Kool-Aid, man, and letting that shit blind you. Like, you drinking that Haney Kool-Aid laced with Everclear. Got you dudes drunk looking at Shakur. Thinking Shakur is an easy fight for anybody. Shakur ain't no easy fight for anybody, man. That man is not an easy fight for anybody, man. He's not easy for anybody, man. That guy's a top-level fighter, man. And Tank ain't beating him easy. That's a fight that that's a close fight right there, man. Styles make fight. That's a close fight. Dog, y'all drinking that Haney Kool-Aid, man. And when you drink the Haney-Aid, you walk out and you see the entire world different, bro. They lace that shit with fentanyl. They lace that with the Fenty. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta be careful with that, man. You gotta be careful with that juice. If he beats Shakur, they would move Tank to top 5 pound for pound. He is. They are. He is. And no, they wouldn't. Who's they? ESPN? No. ESPN is going to have ESPN fighters in that ranking, man. Hey, thank you to everybody that supports in the Super Chat and in the Cash App. It's really important to the channel. Thank you very, very much. Thank you, Mary Bell. Thank you. Yeah, Shakur's a good fighter, man. Shakur's one of the toughest fighters in boxing, man. John Doe said he gets KO'd by Haney. Look, man, no, he will not get KO'd easy. Gervonta, I'm telling you, Devin Haney is a superstar. Devin Haney can't be hit. Devin Haney has got pop. Devin Haney can get it done. Okay? Man, I don't see what you don't see in Shakur. I have no idea what you don't see in him. He's kind of Rigondowish without the power, man. He's kind of Rigondowish, but without the power. Yeah! Merch is dumb, dog. You wild for that, man. Here's the link, man. Come on, man. Hit the link. Put some color in the chat or hit the like. Please pay your part any way you can. Yeah, exactly. Adu Solo. Rest in peace, John Bowie. Rest in peace. Kyle Porter. Oh, thank you, Kyle. Crawford, Inouye, Usyk. Oh, you got it. Let me go. You got it. Crawford, Inouye, Usyk, Beterbiev, Canelo, Haney, Shakur, Bam, Tank, and Tio. Oh, my God, man. First of all, ain't no way I'm putting Tio in there over Bivol, number one. Tank is way above Haney. Bam is there. Yeah, I can go with some of that, man. Bam, yeah, I'll put Bam there. I think Bam deserves it down there in them little itty bitty ass weight classes. I think Bam in them little ass weight classes. It works for Bam in them little ass weight classes. Hunter Young, John Bowie passed away, man. He had a heart attack and passed away the day before yesterday. So rest in peace to the great John Bowie. Rest in peace to the great John Bowie. No, I ain't got Bam above Boots. Heck no. I ain't got Devin Haney above. I'm taking Devin Haney below Boots. I don't even know why I got Devin above him. I'm telling you, that's that brainwashing y'all doing on me. Like, man, I'm serious, man. Y'all got me brainwashed on that. Because for real, honest and truth, dude, Jaron Ennis is way better than him. For real, Jaron Ennis is better than him, man. Like, the only people that I really think are better than Jaron, that I may think are better than Jaron, Terrence Crawford, and I'm telling you, think they're better than him. Jaron, Tank. I don't think Inouye is, but I'll throw Inouye in there. Canelo, if it wasn't for the juicing. Honestly, man, that's about it. I mean, for real, that's about maybe Usyk. Maybe Usyk, but he's a heavyweight, so I don't put Usyk's not on there for me because he's a heavyweight. But dog, I do not believe that Devin Haney is better than Jaron Ennis, man. I don't think he is. I don't think he's as good a fighter. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe that Jermell Charlo is. And honestly, man, I need to have Jermell Charlo still in there. I'm tripping. Jermell Charlo's still in there for me, too. I need to I forgot Jermell. Oh, I took Jermell out because of that thing, because he was talking about slapping up that girl who may or may not be a dude. I don't know. But whatever the case is. Hey, what's up, Kyle? Big time. Thank you for the support, Kyle. What's going on, man?
Good morning, Fanon. No problem, man. You're always keeping us entertained. That wasn't really in no particular order. That's just who I thought.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, Bivol I don't know why I didn't think of him, but he beat Canelo, but Canelo didn't belong at 175. So I don't give Bivol as much credit. I actually put a lot of money on Bivol to beat Canelo. It was a nice night for me.
Oh yeah, you listened to me, huh?
Yeah, I like Bivol, but But beating Canelo to me doesn't. He beat a pound for pound fighter, but Canelo didn't belong there. That's like if Tank's at 140 and loses. He doesn't belong there. So it's
that's fair enough.
A big name win, but to me it's just like a handicap somewhat. But in any order, I put Tio on there, even though he looked like shit in 2 fights. He fights the best people, and that's like, how some people fight to their competition level. He rises to the occasion, and I'm all about fighters who are taking them hard fights, because as a boxing fan, I enjoy watching that. So it could be disputed. It's all interpretation, but I just wanted to put something in the chat, show some support, and give some talking
man. I
points.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you for keeping me rolling, Kyle. It's important, man. So thank you. Appreciate that.
Oh, and the last thing before I go, Boots. They say what the eye test. Boots should be, skill wise, he's top 10, but you just got to do something. At least defend your title or fight a champ. Just something to give a little bit more support. But from the eye test, he's up there.
Yeah, man. I mean, the way
because like, from what I see,
I'm listening.
From what I see, if it was just the eye test, I got Boots up there, Tank, Shakur. Like from what I'm seeing in the ring, and Inoue. Haney's on my list, even though his fanboys drive me crazy, because he did get the robbery victory over Lomachenko. He defended his undisputed title, and he moved up and beat a 140-pounder. So of late, he's been doing things. I'm not going to dissect him in this moment. Now if we're talking about other topics, I'll rip them apart.
Hold on one second. The eye test can't be trusted. Remember Jeff Lacy. Jeff Lacy failed the eye test big time. Do you remember Jeff Lacy?
Yeah, somewhat. He was like a come forward power guy.
Man, Jeff Lacy, man. Jeff Lacy never passed nobody's eye test, Divine. He was a whooping waiting to happen, man.
Yo, what do you think about that dude at 168, the French dude? He kind of got Jeff Lacy.
168. You talking about Billy?
Yeah. He got Jeff Lacy.
You talking about he's Canadian. He's got to be African, but Canadian, right?
Okay, maybe. I just hear
he's
that
from
French
the guy who was on the undercard.
Yeah,
he's gonna get beat. I mean, it's a tough. He's gonna get whooped up on by. I don't think he's gonna be able to deal. That's a good, like Blood Boxing said. That's a good comparison to Jeff Lacy right there. And Billy.
Yeah.
And Billy's gonna wind up getting Billy's gonna wind up getting beaten up by if he fights David Morrell or he fights David Benavidez. Both those dudes about to do him really, really dirty. But until he gets in there with them.
Let me ask you this though. Benavidez is a come forward fighter. I'd like to see him fight that Canadian dude. Just because they'll meet in the middle. Because Benavidez takes advantage of boxers who are trying to move and can't do it for 12 rounds. So let's see someone fight fire with fire.
Piece his ass. He's going to piece his behind up.
Yeah.
He's going to piece him up. Piece him up. I mean, piece him up. That's going to be.
I favor Benavidez, but have we ever seen him fight off his back foot?
Oh, piece him. Let me repeat it. Piece him up. Piece him up. He's going to run it off. He's going to run him off on that boy. Run him off. Blah, 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 and out. Like, he's going to piece that boy up, man. Oh, that'll be ugly, bro. All that stuff.
It's funny. I agree with you.
He throws straight punches. He throws straight punches, and you're not just going to hit him with any old thing. And he's much taller, much longer, and his hands are so much faster, man.
Yeah. Benavidez just closes the gap on boxers and moves forward. But everyone we've seen Benavidez fight, whether it was Darrell, Andrade, Caleb Plant, they're all boxers who are good, but they're not really trying to move forward. They're just avoiding, they're boxing, and he walks them down and tires them out. I'd love to see somebody like that's trying to do the same thing as Benavidez. To me, we know the boxer can't beat Benavidez at 168. We've seen this. So if there's somebody who could like combat fire with fire, it's going to make for an entertaining fight. I would put my money on that dude just for the long shot bet. Even though
you on that long shot, I would keep my money in my pocket if I was you.
A little $10 ain't never hurt nobody to win.
That's it. It's a different because they're just different levels of fighters, man. No joke, bro. They're different levels of fighters, man. And from what I can see, like, I don't see that being close, man. I see that being a washing. Just to be for real. Hold on, Christian and Billy.
How's the weather out by
With a name like, oh yeah, his nationality is French, from France. And his residence is in France, and he's born in Cameroon. So you were right. Somebody corrected it. So you were right.
Okay, yeah, I thought I heard that French accent because a lot of Canadians in Quebec got that accent. You know, they talk like
French, yeah, because there's a large part of Canada that speaks French.
Yeah. How's the weather out by you, man?
It's cold, but I'm inside. You know,
no
it's cold.
Yeah. I'm out here.
No snow. Well, I'm in Texas, so hopefully there won't be any. But you know, at least until my wife gets back today from her cruise.
All right. Well, yeah, I just wanted to hop on, speak my piece. I'm gonna be listening. I got some shit to do at the crib, so you guys keep cooking.
All right, man. Be safe out there, man. Get back.
Thank you. You too.
Hey, man, my guy, Mr. McKinney, with the $25 holler, brother. Thank you for the support. Thank you, sir. Loma didn't want the rematch. Lomachenko did want the rematch, Vincent Hedges. Why are you saying Lomachenko didn't want the rematch? Lomachenko didn't want the rematch with who? Maybe I should know. He did. He said he wanted that rematch, Vincent Hedges. Man, you out here with that Haney aid, man. Dog, you got to leave that Haney aid alone, man. That stuff is bad for you, brother. Telling you, that Haney aid leads you astray, dog. It'll lead you astray. They got you believing all kind of stuff. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. They got you. They got a whole Haney rule book. And ain't none of that stuff official. Loma, he literally petitioned all of the sanctioning bodies to keep him at number one to make sure that he could be the mandatory again. Lomachenko didn't want that Shakur fight. That is true. Loma said he wanted, but he really don't. Look, man, come on, man. Ain't nobody. That man wanted that fight. He beat that boy up, man. Dude, Lomachenko beat up Devin Haney, man. And y'all got that selective memory. Lomachenko beat that man up. Okay? Lomachenko beat that man up. Man, I ain't trying to hear that frequent flyer. You can say whatever you want, bro. That man beat that man up. I know I saw that. You guys can write your own headlines if you want. I know I saw that man beat that man up, though. I know I saw that. I know I watched round after round of that man getting beat up. Looked slow out there. He looked slow out there with that old man. Slow. Fast feet, slow hands. I know I saw him beat that man up. Mr. Pragmatic said Loma won that fight against him. And I don't know if he won or lost. I know he beat that man up, though. So whatever. I know I saw that man beat that man up. I know I saw that. I know y'all saw that. Look. Man, why are you lying on that man, dude? That man cried after the fight. And yeah, when you get robbed, you cry. You know what I mean? When you lose a loved one, you can cry. I know I saw Devin had damn near explode in happiness over that decision. Ah! Hey, what did Devin have to say after he got that lucky ass decision? That's what he did, dog. I saw that. Yeah. And you know what I heard the crowd say? Boo! Boo! I know I heard that too. Did y'all hear that too? And I dang sure saw him run from Shakur out that ring like, Hey, man, can we leave him alone, man, today, please? Man, yeah, dog. We whatever, man. I saw his head. Saw him get beat up, bro. I saw that. I saw that. I know I saw that. But anyway, it is what it is, dog. Y'all can act like that didn't happen because he put on a master class with Regis program. Hey, man, I'm not celebrating somebody throwing a bottle at Bill Haney. All I know is that y'all don't act like that boy didn't get beat up now. Okay? Let's not, just like y'all wanted to bring up Errol Spence and Sean Porter and talk about, hey, man, he won the fight, but man, Sean Porter was putting it on him. Dog, Lomachenko was putting it on him. Lomachenko was putting it on that boy just like Lomachenko was putting it through. Dude, Teofimo Lopez had an easier fight with Lomachenko than Devin did. Okay? Much more convincing win out of Teofimo Lopez, all right? So your boy's trailing Teofimo Lopez. That he just ain't ran into that L yet. He just ain't ran into that L yet. And I hope he doesn't anytime soon for your help, bro. I'm trying to say, and I hope he does not run into that L for you guys' health for a while. Because let me tell you, man, when your fighter loses, it's not fun when your fighter loses. But it really ain't fun when you treat your fighter like he's God. Then it really ain't fun. You know what I mean? Then it really ain't fun. That was today. Mary Bell sent that. Thank you, Mary Bell. Man, and Billy gonna get knocked out, bro. And Billy gonna get ran on. And Billy gonna get run on, dog. Fighting like that, he's gonna get run on, man. He's gonna get run on by David Benavidez. Run on. And he's definitely not gonna be able to beat David Morrell. David Morrell definitely gonna piece that boy up. And Billy, though, would be good against guys like, I'd like to see him fight Anthony Durrell. I don't think Billy can beat Caleb Plant. I think it would be a good fight, but I'll take Caleb Plant by decision over him. Yeah, I take Caleb Plant over him. I take Demetrius Andrade over him. I'll take Demetrius Andrade over him, over Billy. I think that maybe he'll get Demetrius Andrade. Maybe he'll get Demetrius Andrade. But I don't see him beating. I don't see him beating. I don't see him Billy beating Caleb Plant. Nah, I don't see that. I don't see that. But I've only seen him fight twice. I've seen him fight once where I was really focused. I'll see him fight again. There could be more to it. There could be more to him. You know, there could definitely be more to him. Give me 1 second. Man, y'all keep me in the box rec page, bro. I swear. Shout out to Rick Timms. Rick Timms, who's always like, yeah, you always going to that y'all. You didn't like box rec. I like box rec. Where's GGG? I don't know. He's retired, man. GGG's retired, man. Triple G's gone. Give me 1 second. Man, thank you guys for supporting the channel and always chopping it up with me, man. I really appreciate you guys. I seriously don't know what I would do without y'all. And I mean that, with the exception of Rollo. Rollo, I can do without you, brother. No joke. And here for boxing, here for the BS. I know you listening, brother. I can do without your ass. I can do without you too. I got to stop cussing. So I have no idea why in the world these people keep demonetizing my live streams. I mean, for real, I don't get it. I think I'm going too long, but let me do this. Happy birthday to, I can't say happy birthday to who, but happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Here we go. All right. Nah, I don't Wikipedia check, man. I'm telling you, I'm going to get that on Wikipedia, bro. I'm going to get that on Wikipedia because I got all kind of sources for that. Put Tio on Wikipedia. Hating old Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez, one of the, man, his team is one of the wackest teams, though. I can't lie. Ain't no way in the world where I would ever. Now, if they fought Teofimo and Haney, I'm going for Haney. I don't think I could stand if Teofimo Lopez beat Devin Haney. Rollo went to Bill's private school for misinformation. Yeah, Rollo just be making stuff up. I don't know, man. I just don't think Rollo. I think Rollo reads what he wants to read and sees what he wants to see. And that can cloud your vision. When you're looking for something that fits your argument, you're going to make anything fit your argument. People do that a lot. You know what I mean? People do that a lot, man. They do it a lot. Nah, don't hit the link. Nah, trust me, I'll get it on there if I want it on there, man, because it's true. It's true, and I've got reliable sources for that. I'm sure Bill Haney will pay somebody to get it taken off, though. Tio may beat Devin. You're tripping. Teofimo Lopez may beat Devin. I don't know who wins that fight. I think that's a very even fight. I don't know why you think that's so easy for Devin Haney. You think Teofimo Lopez is some easy fight for Devin? You're high. You're tripping, Benson. You tripping. I don't know, man. I think that's about a 50-50 fight in my book. Devin better not get hit. Boxing Hacker and Rollo are on Wiki as we speak. You know that. You got to put, I'm not going through all that effort to put that on Wikipedia, man. I like the argument too much. Mr. Pragmatic, what's up, brother? Thank you, Say. Color in the chat to support the channel. Thank you, brother. It's not MLK. It's somebody else's birthday today. Somebody who I shall not name because I don't want people to know it's their birthday. However, it's somebody's birthday today. So shout out, happy birthday. Man, Teofimo Lopez can fight, Malcolm. Teofimo Lopez is a very good fighter. And he's more athletic than Devin. So he's more athletic. He's got the athleticism. He's got the talent. Teofimo Lopez has a talent gap on Devin. It may be thin, but it's there. Teo's more explosive, man. He's more explosive. He's a better athlete. He may be a little smaller, but he's a better athlete. And he's very skilled. You know what I mean? He really can fight, man. Yeah, Teo's just not as big. I think Teo really is a 140-pound fighter. I think Teo really is a 140-pound fighter. That's the way it looks to me. What's going on, Antonio King? Says salute for now. Good morning to you and everybody in the chat. Yes, sir. But let's get back to this Gervonta Davis thing, though. Man, I want to see Gervonta Davis and Shakur fight. Why are all the new guys in the division making more noise than Gary? Because they talk a lot. That's why. Because they run their mouths a lot. That's why they're making more noise. Because, dude, the guy that fought the best competition in that division is, with the exception of Teofimo Lopez, is Gervonta. I mean, is Gary Antoine. Gary, because they talk a lot. That's why they make more noise, because they talk a lot. Other than that, the guy that's making the noise to me is Gary Antoine Russell. Man, Kyle Porter, he is biased. Frequent Flyer is completely biased in favor of that guy. Hey, Vi Ferreira said 12 rounds of sparring and 15 rounds of tweeting. That's today's fighter. No, that's those guys. No, that's that group of lightweight fighters. That's that group of lightweight fighters. It's those guys specifically. It is Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia. Those three. That's the Twitter finger crew. Then Shakur joined the Twitter finger crew. Then Shakur did, because Shakur had to, because he was getting killed out there. Those are the three right there. It's them. More so than anybody in boxing. The only person that really has Twitter fingers in the welterweight division is Terrence Crawford. But most of the time, Terrence is tweeting. It's really not about boxing. But there's no other weight class where they do it nearly as much. It's those guys right there. It's first of all, Devin Haney is the king of it. He's the social media. That is the king of social media. Him and Ryan Garcia, of the fake call outs and the Twitter polls. Except for Ryan Garcia is more into the Twitter polls. But no, those guys right there, that's them. It's not everybody else. It's them. At 140 pounds, and it moved right up into 140 pounds. You're not getting anywhere near that much of that stuff. Now when they get there, you get Subriel Matias having to do it. You got Subriel Matias is now Devin Haney, Buse, Chican, Teofimo, Buse. Like you got him doing it now, man. Because it's just you have to do it when you're there. Because they're the number, but Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, they are the kings of that stuff. They do it nonstop. And it's so obnoxious because you guys believe any and everything he says, so you believe a lot of stuff that is not true. Like, they just make stuff up on a daily, man. Ryan Garcia doesn't make stuff up, though. And Teofimo Lopez doesn't make stuff up. That Haney crew, they just make stuff up. Like, you just make it up. Like, it's nowhere near true. It's easily researchable that it's not true. And you don't care. And Bill Haney is the number one. Oh, I'm sorry. Bill Haney, too. Why does he give so many he gives interviews every day, tweets every day. It's constant. It's nonstop. It's been nonstop for 4 years, man. Like, God, dog, man. There's a new stuff, and it never stops. Ooh, say, you need 300 of y'all to hit that like button, man. I'm seriously, man. I'm just like, wow about it. I'm like, wow about it. Like I don't believe you guys. I have a hard time believing Frequent Flyer. Like, why do you believe this, Frequent Flyer? Like, Frequent, you don't believe this stuff. Why are you riding with it, man? You don't believe this. Algorithm BA or algorithm. Nah, that dude will hijack a live stream. That dude will hijack conversations. Dog, you'll have two guys talking, and that conversation will start out about Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua, and it will turn into Devin Haney being ducked by Kermit the Frog. Like, it is just amazing, bro. Like, I knew, dude, and I'm telling you, I knew that as soon as Teofimo Lopez started talking about fighting Terrence Crawford, it was going to turn into Teofimo and Devin Haney. I knew it. Frequent, though, you don't believe what you're saying, none of it. When are you going to be honest, frequent flyer? When are you going to be honest? When are you going to be honest? Upper echelon, what's up, man? I ain't seen you a couple days, man. I hope you're feeling better, man.
Yeah, I'm feeling better. I had went to the hospital Wednesday, and I just got out just yesterday morning. So that's why I had been. But how you doing today, Martin?
Man, I'm doing well, man. I can't complain. I'm chopping it up, man. Hey, thank you to everybody that supports in the Super Chat, the Cash App, hits the like, and hits the link. We need your support, man. We need your support.
Well, first off, let me tell you something, Martin. One thing you can't do is ask these people on YouTube a question. Like, they took my monetization, right? And they just granted me my monetization back this morning. But I lost it the other day because I asked them. Because what I did, I did my live streams, right? And I didn't monetize my live streams because I wanted to see something, because I knew I'm a math magician, so I'm not dumb. So I see my super chats. So I seen 3 days, I got over $100 worth of super chats, right? So I kept track of all my super chats and I added it up. And then I went to the YouTube analytics and seen how much I made that day. And off $110, I only made $55 off of that. And off 120, I made $58. So I sat there and asked them, I'm like, okay, y'all taking 60% of the super chats and y'all only paying us 40%. And I asked them that, and I made sure I had proof and everything. They turned around and demonetized me, talking about I use reused content. So that was the reason they said I was no longer available to be monetized. And so I had to submit an appeal video, and they said you can't have delete no videos. So I had to submit an appeal video and explain why you want to be on YouTube. And so I had to explain to them, I was just trying to figure out the algorithm and the price of how much y'all was taking. That's all. I said I wasn't complaining. And they granted me my monetization back this morning. But yeah, if you look at it, they supposed to be 70-30, but it's not that way no more. They done changed it up, and they're taking over 60% of your super chats. Just letting you know. And when you question them about it, they take your monetization from you. I was like, wow. So
you got to show me this. You probably need to show me that stuff, man. Like,
yeah.
show me.
Okay.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you, man. You got any boxing you want to talk about?
Oh yeah, Bill Haney and Devin Haney, right? It's funny though, because it was a brilliant marketing strategy at first, but now they oversaturated it. See, I get it. Any news is good news. Anytime your box is in the limelight, it's good. But when you oversaturate it and it's a lot of BS and all that right there, then it brings your stock down. You got to find an equal medium. See, at first, Bill and Devin, they had got the ball rolling. You know, they had people interested. Okay, now Devin got undisputed good. But then when you start putting other boxes down, the fake call outs and everything, now it's starting to work negatively. See, he had an equal ground, and he had it where everybody was rooting for Devin, where we wanted to see Devin get the shot, where we wanted to see him get a shot at undisputed and stuff like that. We was rocking with him then, you remember? We all wanted him to get the Camboso shot. We was rocking with Devin. Okay, he could have left it right there. But no, just like a brother, they wanted to keep on kicking and then start putting everybody down. Then they turned the tide of the people that was rocking with them. Now they made a bad taste in our mouth, because they start putting down other fighters and then calling people, if you don't support him and stuff like this, like giving us ultimatums and stuff. Like, come on, man. We was rocking with you. We was hoping that you got the fight. We was screaming out like, get a man a chance. And now they kept on going. The jealousy that they had toward other fighters. Like, Bill's obsessed with tanking them. Like, they want what tanking them got. And in the pursuit of trying to get what tanking them got, they have sat there and corrupted their values and their views, and they have put people off of their camp. Like, I used to be right there rooting for Devin as well. But the way that Bill and them act, I say nah. I mean, I like to see him fight in the ring. He's a good fighter, but I don't rock with him no more. I don't rock with them outside the ring like that no more. I don't rock with Thanksgiving. I don't rock with passing mug shots around. I don't rock with fake call outs. I don't like that. And see, that's why they wonder what happened to their fan base. Like, you can do stuff to mess up your fan base. Like, when you grow in a fan base, it's important to keep your integrity. It's important to do what got you that fan base. But then when you start doing all this extra stuff, real hardcore boxing fans ain't going for it. Because now we think you're a plant. Now we think you put here to make us like you. Now we start feeling like HBO when they was trying to push Lomachenko and Triple G down our throats, trying to tell us that these is the best out here. And we knew it wasn't. So that's how I feel about that right there. But I'm gonna show you that stuff a little bit later, Martin. I'll send it to you. But peace and blessings, man. And shout out to everybody out there. And I'm out.
All right, man. Get back. I got to tell you, man, for me and YouTube has never been anything but fair with me. I don't really like the fact that they keep demonetizing my live streams while I'm doing the live streams, but I don't know what that is. I think it's automated, but I got to tell you, man, they've been very fair with me. So I got nothing bad to say about YouTube because without them, hey, man, I wouldn't be able to do this. I wouldn't be able to talk to you. So Nick McKnight, Devin and his team needs to only put out facts. They can't do that. They really can't do that. Hey, what's going on? Corey Bing in the building said, I watch behind the scenes daily. My go-to. Hey, thank you, Mr. Bing. Appreciate you, brother. And Tony said, Cash App is good all the time for me, sir. Mr. Tony Brown. Cash App is always good. No joke. Hey, man, truth doesn't matter anymore. My guy, Big Game James. Look, man, here's the thing. You guys can do whatever you want to do, man, but y'all do not own black people. And I'm going to say that until I am purple in the face. You don't own black people. Fight Game said, my guy, some of y'all show some love, y'all, for not an upper best part of my day. Stay tuned in. Thank you, Fight Game. Frequent Flyer, what's up, man?
Salute, Fanon. How you?
Hold on, I'm well. Hold on one second. Fanon, I had to go to a meeting. Did you answer my question about me hitting the lottery and would I be able to put a fight on? Oh, I didn't see that. Let me see. Can you answer that? Can you ask that question again? Hunter Young and Fitty Fresh said, I guarantee 100% I used to rock with him back in the day, but too much church around him now. Too much churches around him now. Yeah, what's up? What's up, Freaking Flyer? Thank you, Fitty Fresh. Thank you, Fitty Fresh. Thank you, Fitty Fresh. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, Fanon. That I just told that dude that T.O. beat Loma better than Devin Haney beat Loma, and he called me biased. I was struggling to try to find what's the bias in that. I was being real about that.
You are.
I like Devin Haney as a fighter. I'm a Devin Haney fan, of course. But I answered that question with no bias, though. I answered that. I was real about answering that question, and he still said I'm biased. And I'm like, what's the bias in that?
But you are biased.
But what was the bias in saying that? I said T.O. beat Loma better than Devin Haney did. And he said, you're biased.
But look, man.
And you then you man, the hate is real, bro.
Flyer, you could tell me.
Y'all want me to be a certain way, but it ain't gonna work, bro. I'm me. I'm real. I gotta keep it real, bro. Gotta keep it real.
Then keep it real.
That's what I do, man. I strive to do that
all the time.
I strive to do that all the time, and I try not to find the fault in other people. When people do things that seem weird to me, I try to figure out a reason to make it right, rather than to think the worst of them. And so, you know, that's why I don't worry. I'm a Devin Haney fan, but I don't care
Yeah, I
about
gotta
y'all
let go.
saying,
I got $2 not to talk about Devin Haney, bro. So I
okay,
gotta let it go. However, I have to tell you, that's the problem right there.
y'all got on the Devin Haney stuff though.
That's
You
the problem.
mentioned it.
That's the problem right there.
What's the problem?
The problem is that when somebody does something, you're looking for a reason to give them the benefit of the doubt when you should know that they did something wrong. If something is not true and somebody says something that is not true, they said something that's not true.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said. If somebody says something that's not,
stop cutting me off, please.
yeah, I'm just correcting you though. You're
Please
telling
stop
me,
cutting me off.
you sound like you're telling me something I do that I don't do.
Please stop cutting me off.
Okay, go.
This is what you said.
I don't hear anything.
That's all right. Hold on. That's what you said. You strive not to find the fault in other people.
Facts. I didn't say nothing about knowing that somebody told a lie.
Let me continue. Oh, please. Hold on. There you go. That's what you said.
What I can't hear. We can't hear that.
That's okay. I'll tell you. You said when somebody does something that you think is weird,
Exactly.
you try to find a way to make it right.
I said I try to find a way to figure out what they're actually doing. Like,
No.
you know,
What you
why they said
was-
that they said what they said.
said was that you try to make a way not to find fault in them. And you try to, and if they say something weird, you try to find a way to make it right.
Yeah, to figure out why they said what they said.
That's what I'm saying. That's your problem. Because
How
if
is that a
somebody
problem?
says something, because if somebody says something weird that's not right, it's weird and not right. You don't have
See,
to
now-
find a way to make it right.
See now,
I'll let you go, bro. Now I know what the problem is. Gotta let you go, brother. Somebody paid not to do that anymore, that talk. So you can come back after that $2 is expired. That's the problem right there. Frequent flyer, and I'm glad we got to that. If you find something that somebody did that is wrong, they did it and it's wrong. You don't have to go trying to find a way to make it right. It's just wrong. If somebody lies, they just lied. If it's not the truth, it's not the truth. You don't have to find a way. When you try to find a way to make it right, you're screwing other people over because everybody else is thinking, oh, that's wrong. And you say, well, no, let me try to find a way to make it right. Let's make if Devin and Bill do something wrong, let's try to find a way to make it right. No, it's wrong. Period. My guy said $5 for not talking about Haney. Thank you, sir. We're off, Haney. You can't make it right, bro. If something's wrong, it's wrong. That's a problem. So anyway, somebody jump on this link so we ain't got to talk about that. I promise I don't want to talk about that. Telling you, frequent flyer, that's what's going on with you. Now I understand. You shouldn't do that. That's not fair to other people. And you're just frustrating other people that see something that's wrong, calling it wrong. You know it's wrong, so you just try to make it right. You try to look and see how I can turn it and make it not be so bad. That's called lying, frequent. That's called lying. If somebody breaks into the store and they steal something and you try to find a way to say you didn't steal because you think, oh, it's weird that he stole. Well, let me try to find a way and say, well, he just borrowed it. He didn't return it. Nah, bro, that is the problem right there, freaking Flyer. You got to stop doing that, brother. You got to stop doing that, bro. And I mean that with all my heart, bro. Hey, Miss Frequent Flyer. Hey, Mr. Pragmatic said, adding to the Devin moratorium. Dog, people pay. Now, this is real. People pay not to talk about that. People support the channel not to talk about that. The next mega fight, who's next is, the next mega fight. I think the next mega fight is David Benavidez and Devin and Canelo Alvarez. I think it's Devin. I think that it's going to be Canelo Alvarez and David Benavidez. I do not believe for anything that Jaime Munguia crap. Only because I'm not saying it's not possible, but I'm looking forward to Canelo Alvarez, David Benavidez. The next real fight where we don't know the and Beterbiev and Bivol. Beterbiev. Oh, and Tyson Fury Usyk in February. Tyson Fury Usyk, that's a real one. I think they're fighting in February, aren't they? I think they're fighting next month. Hey, Mary Bell, thank you, sis. I gotta make sure thank you so much. And I gotta add you as a moderator. You guys are not blocking her. Thank you very much. I got people that block supporters with wrenches. You ain't blocking her. Bill Haney and I can't speak about it. Oh, I can because you told me not to. Have made Devin unlikable. He's very unlikable. And all that damn lying. All that dang lying has made him unlikable too. No joke. I want to hate. Dog, I ain't gonna lie, dog. Sometimes I think I'm just gonna jump out and start hating, bro, on certain cats. But I think it applies to anybody, man. Like it. No, we do not, T. Orlando. No, we do not have to. Hey, me saying your bias was not pertaining to you saying they beat Haney equally. Oh, no. It's not freaking Flyers because you are biased. That's why. You are clearly biased for certain fighters. And you're very fair with other scenarios. That's why I like you. I do. I really do. Dwayne Elam, what's up? Say good morning, Fanon and chat. How about them Packers, y'all? Go. Dwayne Elam, you must know I hate the Packers. I hate the Packers. Hate them. Hate them. Hate the Packers. Hate them. I hate the Packers more than I hate the Cowboys. And I hate the Cowboys. And I hate them more than I hate the New Orleans Saints. And I hate the Saints. I hate the Saints. Hate the Saints. Hate the Packers. Will never like the Packers. And I don't really have anything against the Packers other than they're the Packers. Exactly, Tony Brown. I am from Chicago, so I hate the Packers. Forever I'll hate the Packers. Big Brian Dockery, what's up, brother?
Good morning, brother. Good morning. I seen something interesting. I seen Floyd Mayweather said he want to have Gervonta Davis fight. What's the Japanese guy name?
In a way,
at a catch weight, and Manny Pacquiao said he'll fight Gervonta Davis at a catch weight of 145. Who you think will be the A side for both of those fights?
Gervonta and Floyd.
No, Gervonta Inoue and Manny Pacquiao and Gervonta Davis. You think it'll be
I'm sorry, Gervonta Davis, and Gervonta Davis.
Even though Inoue got a whole country behind him,
He ain't got no whole country behind him. He got some people to show up. He ain't got a whole country behind him.
You know
And
what I'm
that fight
saying?
ain't gonna be. And that fight ain't gonna be in Japan. His whole country is gonna be way over there in Japan.
Okay, what about even though Manny? Okay, what about Manny Pacquiao? Now we know he got a country behind him.
His whole country is gonna be over there in the Philippines, man. Gervonta and Manny Pacquiao. That's much more easy. That's much more even. 50-50 in that because Manny Pacquiao got such a big name. Manny Pacquiao's a big deal. But Monster Inoue ain't no big deal, man. And please please don't put that in your mouth on camera, bro. Hit the blind spot. Yeah,
it's cool.
yeah.
I ain't got. I go wait. I ain't gonna be on here that long. I was just interested to see what you were gonna say about that.
I'm just telling you, man. Dudes that eat, people that I've only done like once or twice. People that smack on camera do drive me nuts. Like, dude will be sitting there. I think it's highly disrespectful for me to sit and eat to smack my food in people's faces. But that's just how my mama raised me. But go ahead, man. That's what I think.
I was just interested in that. I think Floyd trying to just make the biggest fight for Gervonta. Somebody with a big name. I don't know. But that's all I wanted to put out. I just wanted to kind of change.
You went somewhere, bro. All right, man, I'll get back. Man, you could have ate. All you had to do is cover up your camera. You could have ate and kept chopping it up. Yeah, it's rude to eat. It's rude to eat. It's rude to talk and eat at the same time. It's rude. And anybody that does that, bro, I probably never watch their live stream again. Just off that. Like, dude, are you think like you are that unconcerned about other people around? That like now him doing that, I mean, it is what it is. It's not his show. But dog, every time I see that, I'm like, dude, you have no consideration for the people around you. Here, Harbaugh, Cinderella, 90 was cheated by Pittsburgh, and Cordell Stewart. I don't know what that is, man. I know one guy who. I just don't do it, man. That is disrespect. That just is disrespectful to people watching you because you don't care enough to put your food down and focus on them and smacking in their faces and all of that stuff. That shit is uncouth, man. Anyway, Battle of the King Davids, David Benavidez and David Morrell. I don't know who wins that fight, but I think that's a great fight. But going back to the answer to the questions that people asked about what fights I think are going to take place. Those are the ones that I think are going to take place. We've got some good fights coming up. Hopefully Canelo and David Benavidez. I do not believe that Jaime Munguia garbage. I do not believe that Jaime Munguia garbage. Like, I don't believe that garbage. Jaime Munguia is not even. Jaime Munguia doesn't even qualify for that fight. And for him to go back and fight a Golden Boy fighter, I don't believe it. So I think David Benavidez is much more likely. I don't know what's going on with Coach Calvin. I think he's still. I don't know whether he's in Baltimore or whether he's in Vegas. I don't know. Tank allows himself to get hit to get the knockout, literally. Man, dude, he's not getting hit that much. He's fighting. You're going to get hit in a fight. He's a smaller guy trying to close the distance on somebody. I already did. Patrick Bell said, Fanon, Mary Bell is my wife. Please wrench her up. She's already wrenched up. You did not have to ask for that, Patrick Bell. She was wrenched up. I did it about 10 minutes ago. No need to wrench her up. She's already wrenched up, Patrick Bell. Bud Jablonski said 2-0-0. Who's next fight for Andy Cruz? Ooh, I don't know, but I think he'll be fighting for a belt before too long. If he wasn't with Golden Boy, if he wasn't with Matchroom. No wrench for Rollo, man. No wrench for Rollo. Everybody gets hit in boxing matches. Everybody. But he's a smaller guy fighting bigger guys, so he has to close the gap to get in. He had to get in next to somebody. Oh, my ideal 3 fights for Andy Cruz. I mean, it's tough. It's tough. Ali went an entire round without getting hit. Upper echelon. Muhammad Ali did that against Cleveland Williams. Didn't get touched. Just moving an entire round and didn't let him touch him. I think Riggindale's done that too. He's not the only one. I wouldn't be surprised if Willie Pep did it. I don't think Floyd ever did it. I don't ever think Floyd tried to do it. Floyd could have tried to do it. But Ali definitely did it. And just really, 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 really played with him. John, just stick around for a little while, man. Because I got imposters. Imposters don't do what this person did. Mary Bell. That's not very imposterish. No, I didn't see it either. I just saw it on tape. I just know he did it. That's why we always just got to be careful of the word only. Only is something like that is just it is a that's how I be whooping cats in these debates, man, when they use that word. I be whooping them up. I whoop them up when they do that. That's just like Terrence Crawford saying he's the only two-time undisputed champion. That is absolutely positively not true. That Devin Haney is the youngest undisputed champion ever. That's not true. And they try to act like they didn't say that he's the only one ever. When you point out that no, he is not. Then they come back and say, oh, well, you know. I didn't mean that. Yeah, you did. That's what you said. Say what you mean. Man, these UK fight cards suck, bro. Tank is not ready to fight a real one. What do you mean? He's already fought a bunch of real ones. You guys just gonna keep lying on Gervonta Davis till you turn purple in the face, huh? Yes, Dennis Daniels. Peace to John Bowie and his family and the channel. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Seriously, man. When you guys gonna stop lying on Gervonta and saying he ain't fought anybody? You guys just gonna say that you just say it and say it and say it, and it's not true at all. It's not true at all. This man has fought Hall of Famers. This man has beaten Hall of Fame fighters. This man is a multiple-time world champion. This man beat people that you said you thought was gonna beat him. He's beating people as an underdog. I just want to talk about on why Inoue is too small. He's too small because he's too for Tank get killed. He's not as good as Tank, and he don't want that from Tank because he's gonna have to fight somebody that hits harder than him. He don't want to fight Monster Inoue gonna go to sleep, man, with Gervonta Davis. And there ain't no glove wrapping, ain't no quick shots going to get him out of that. The man is going to get hurt by that dude. And he doesn't have to fight him, to tell you the truth. Monster Inoue doesn't have to fight him. He doesn't want that, man. I'm telling you, he don't want that. That's why I'm telling you Gervonta Davis is like that, because Gervonta Davis could be a one. Dude, if Gervonta Davis had fought my guy in the no, it doesn't. Hold on one second. I'll give you the link today. No, the link yesterday does not work today. James, give me 1 second and I'll give it to you. I'll give you the link. Give me 1 second. I'll send it to you. Man, that shit is not. What is this ridiculous new pop locking they got? That stuff does not look. It sucks. What are they doing? Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Hold on. All right, I sent it to you. Boxing is not a ducking game. It's a crying day. Yesterday's link is not today's link, but this is the link for anybody that wants to holler. But Monster Inoue doesn't have to fight Gervonta Davis. I wouldn't hold him responsible for doing it, man. But if he does, he's going to get knocked out. What's up, Upper Echelon?
What's going on, Martin? It's something you just said that I want to address real quick. People think because Tank and Inoue are both 5'5", they think they're equally yoked. At this point, right now, Inoue may be slightly quicker than Tank, maybe slightly, but with the extra weight, he may not be. See, Tank is well adapted for that weight right there. Plus, Inoue hasn't been in the ring with somebody with the IQ of Tank. Now, he's been in there with Nonito Donaire, who has a brilliant IQ. But Tank and Nonito, that's two different punching powers. That's two different stratospheres right there. And Tank is a knockout artist. And when I say knockout artist, that's somebody who uses his IQ to get his opponents up out of there. Inoue does too. But most of the time, Monster, when he goes in the ring, is the monster. He is the heavy favorite. He is the heavy power hand. And when Monster gets cracked with one of them Tank shots, it's going to change the whole atmosphere of that fight. And I'm going to tell you like this. Monster used to be a monster. I mean, I got to give him credit because he had that broken jaw versus Nonito Donaire and still fought the whole fight. So, yeah, the man has grit. He has guts. But grits and guts can only get you so far. When you hit in brain short circuits, it's short circuits. Now, yeah, we see in a way, we see what he did with the Fulton. We see what he did to the Paulus. But he's going to be going up in weight again. Tank's done settled into that weight right there. And I know a lot of times people coming up have the advantage over the speed and everything, but Tank is a very fast individual. And they have the same dimensions. And I feel like Tank will destroy Inoue. I mean, I feel like it might be a good fight for the first couple rounds. But when Inoue feels that brick hand. And see, that's another thing. Tank has that power in both hands. And he can knock you out with both hands. And Inoue hasn't been in there with a ring with somebody that can crush him to the body. Now, when he starts getting hit to that body, it's going to be a problem. Tank's been in there with people that can crack. He's been in there with people that can crack as hard as Monster. Mario Barrios could crack. He was in there with Tank. Pedraza can crack. He was in there with Tank. Ryan Garcia can crack. Rolly can crack. Tank's been in there with people that can crack. Monster hasn't been in there with people that has just as much or more power than him. And I feel like he's going to get in that ring right there, and that right there is going to be a whole different ball game. Just like Manny Pacquiao is also 5'5". Now, him and Tank fighting at the catch weight, I feel like Pacquiao will get a slight advantage on the weight side because it's going to slow Tank down. But I feel like Tank has the speed variation and he has the power. And Manny Pacquiao, in a way, will be a better fight than Manny Pacquiao, honestly. And because in a way, he has better defense than Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao, if you go through the years and watch Manny Pacquiao, if you ever put him in the ring with a boxer does Manny Pacquiao dirty. They set him up, and don't let a boxer have enough power, because if a boxer have enough power, they'll sit Pacquiao down. And Tank probably Marquez Pacquiao, because Pacquiao, he leaves himself open. We seen in the Thurman fight, we seen in all the fights Pacquiao be in, he comes in like a wild cowboy, especially with that 4-piece combo that comes in that he dropped Keith Thurman with. Pacquiao has no defense. His offense is his defense. And he comes in
I got a guy right behind you, brother, just to get
okay, I'm about to clean it. But if he comes in against Tank like that, Tank stops him. So anyway, it would be a better fight than Pacquiao, but both fights, they need Tank. And I got Tank victorious over both of them, honestly. And I feel like that'd be a great thing if Floyd can get both of those fights together, especially this year. But peas and blends, I just had to address that because the dude was sitting there talking about Inoue and Tank. Like, all right, I'm out.
All right, man. Get back up, Echelon. Peace. James, what's going on, sir? Good to see you, man. We worked it out.
It's nice seeing you.
Yes, sir. How are you? So what's on your mind, sir?
Well, every morning I go to work at 10 o'clock. So I was trying to catch to see where you were located, first of all. I thought you were in like New York or on the East Coast.
No, I'm in Texas.
That you're in Texas. I thought, good. So I have a couple of hours. So I always add a little bit to the channel because I like you.
Thank you, sir.
First see a person and you hear him talk, you think, I like that guy. So I'm going to always contribute to you. Now, the other day, I said Howard Cosell quit because of that Cobb fight. And you responded by saying, no, man, he quit because it was the money. Well,
no. Well, can I clarify?
Yes, you certainly can.
What I should have said was he had the ability to quit because he had made all that money. Because if he hadn't, he would have probably kept working. I was just kind of being sarcastic about it. But what was your point? Because I do remember that. Because he got on a kick about stopping boxing. And shout out to 42 is Jackie Robinson, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I wear this every day at work, and people compliment it all day long because he wasn't a divider. So I like it. I like the way he took all the heat and he didn't act like a fool. So I respect Jackie. I grew up in Kentucky, Frankfort, Kentucky. So my dad was a Muhammad Ali fan, and I've been a Muhammad Ali fan since I was 12 years old. And
yes, sir.
I'm 70 years old, and I love that man. And I loved Howard. And my point was, Howard quit because of that one fight, that Texas Cobb fight, because from about the 7th round all the way until the 15th, he just complained that the referee should think about stopping this fight because he's making boxing look really bad. And as a matter of fact, at the end of the fight, he said he wasn't even going to interview Tex Cobb and say, you could really take a punch. So that's all I was trying to say. And then when you said it was money, I thought, well, hell, nobody has enough money. Bill Gates has enough money. He's still fighting. I mean, he's still doing his thing. You're right. I'm always gonna contribute to you, my man. And
thank you, sir.
I don't want to be like Frequent Flyer and those guys who just take up all the time, all the energy in the room. So I just wanted to say my piece, and I'll jump on and jump off. But I said my piece, and It's nice talking to you, my man.
It is nice talking to you. Please make sure you come back, sir. Please come back, sir. Because we appreciate it. And honestly, man, I'm going to tell you, younger men, especially younger black men, need to see people like yourself, need to listen to people like yourself, need to hear how you carry yourself, and understand that that is how you get to 70 years old. By being somebody that talks like that, carries themselves like that, respectfully, doing what they need to do every type of day, and give you somebody else something to see other than, what is put out there in the media. The fact that you had that 42, and you see, like right over here, I got my black baseball, I've got my Harlem Renaissance pictures, all of that stuff up. Those are things that were put into me by my parents. Are older than you, because you would have been a teenager when I was born. So you're younger than my parents. My parents are in their 80s now, but we learn a lot from the generations older than us, man. And I really appreciate you stopping by. It means a lot to me.
I'll keep jumping on. Thank you very much. Let's give somebody else some time.
Awesome. Yes, sir. Take care.
Okay.
Frequent flyer got caught a stray. Telling you, man. The dude, the grown folk don't like that frequent flyer. Freak is a good dude. That's my guy, but he be, you know what it is. And I gotta stop cussing. Now I gotta stop cussing, because I really wouldn't cuss. I wouldn't cuss in front of him. Just to be very honest with you. I like off cut. I off cut would not be cussing in front of him. So now I got to act like I got some sense, man. I respect all you older brothers, but I ain't going to have no wife that wants to take a trip without me. Why? Man, my wife can go on a trip anywhere she want to go without me. See you when you get back. I'm a homebody. I don't want to go on a cruise. She ain't supposed to ever go on a cruise because I don't want to go on a cruise. My wife is never supposed to go to my wife is not supposed to go to Bali because I don't want to go to Bali. I don't really enjoy traveling, man. What's going on, Big? What's going on? What's going on so deep? My idea of traveling is go to New York and catch a play. I'm not big into that. I don't want to be on a plane for 16 hours and be getting up, going to look at all kind of. I don't do that, man. I don't enjoy that. Like, I don't enjoy it. Like, that's just honest. I'm a homebody, man. And my wife is not a homebody. I got to let her, she got to do what she got to do. She ain't my slave, man. She can get out the house, go do what she wants to do, man. It is what it is, man. I'm a homebody. I can be, as long as she's here, she comes here and I'm around her. And he said, my girl's going on a girl's trip. Have fun. Exactly. Peace. Yeah, have fun. I don't have any problem with it. She can go wherever she wants to go, man. When she wants to go, however long I don't like her being gone a long time because I get lonely. But, I got my dog, I got my dog. Yeah, man. Fred, let me tell you something, man. You getting your back blown out. That's what you do on trips? You go get your back blown out? Really and truly, when a woman gets over 40, 50 years old, she's not thinking like that. For the most part, she's not thinking like that. When you're grown, you stop thinking like that. Really and truly, you mature out of a lot of that. It's just not like that. Like if you gotta worry about your wife going out and doing something, dude, she gonna go do it with you. You think you can stop her if she's like that? You think you can stop her? What you gonna do? Man, anyway, man. My wife and my daughter are on cruises and enjoying themselves with a well-deserved break. Yeah. See your wife. You need some money. I don't know what you mean, man. Man, I don't know what you do. You guys are some weird. Hey, dog. I agree with Fight Game. Y'all some weirdos, bro. Man, I ain't got to trust. Hey, I'm not verifying nothing, man. I ain't going through all of that crap. Like, man, I ain't going through all of that garbage, man. I'm not looking through your phone. I'm not wasting my time with all of that. For what? For what? Not doing all of that. You all go do that crap, man. I'm not doing that. Say whatever you want, dude. I'm not doing all of that, dog. If I found out something would happen, man, I would be upset. I'm not going to look for it. You're tripping. Look, man, anyway. I don't know what's wrong with y'all, man. Y'all got some hard, y'all had some bad, you got some bad choice in women or something. You know, anyway. So deep in the building, what's up? I'm not going through all of that. I'm not doing all that stuff, man. You need some soft ass dudes, bro. What's going on, 2 Cent?
Oh, my camera on. Okay.
Oh, now you got off real quick. What's going on with you, lady?
What up? What up? What's going on?
Can't complain.
I just want to come up here real quick and ask you and give my 2 cents. What do you think about the Ngannou Anthony Joshua fight? And how do you feel about Ngannou being ranked in the top 10 after one single fight when you have other heavyweights that's been doing this as a career and been waiting on opportunities to fight people like Fury and Joshua?
It's trash. I think it's trash, and it's one step away from Jake Paul and all that celebrity garbage.
And I think they're doing this in the heavyweight division. I just don't think it's a good look for boxing. I mean, this guy is gonna have to retire after 3 fights and be made $60 million. Like, I think it's crazy, and I don't think the fans should let them get away with this. I don't think it's cool that Eddie Hearn is gonna say that Wilder and Joshua is a mismatch, but then you're gonna go make a fight with Ngannou. It just doesn't make any sense. And it's so many other people that I feel like Joshua could fight. And I don't know why everybody is rushing and trying to get this fight with Ngannou all of a sudden. And I do hear people saying, oh, well, he has an amateur boxing background, as if that matters.
It shouldn't happen. I mean, just real. If it's a real ranking system and they're serious about their ranking system, it should never happen. You can't turn. There's nobody in the history of professional tennis that had an amateur tennis career and gets into the final of the U.S. Open. They don't get that. They're not going to be like, well, we really like what's the guy's name, man? We really like Tom Brady. Put him in the finals of Wimbledon.
Right.
Like,
and do you think other weight classes will follow suit with this? Because it's borderline YouTube boxing. Like,
well, I mean, they've already done it. It started in the welterweight class with Floyd Mayweather Jr. and
Conor McGregor. Yeah,
and Conor McGregor. So yeah, I mean, I think that they'll probably keep, because they look, man. A lot of these guys. First of all, I don't believe this money they're talking about.
You don't believe it?
I don't believe it. No, I do not believe it. And let me tell you why. I'll give you an example why I don't believe it. They were saying that Anthony Joshua was making $20, $30, $40 million fighting in the UK. That's what he was saying. They were saying Tyson Fury just made $50 million fighting Dillian White in Wembley Stadium. Now they're saying that he's making $50 million, $30, $40 million fighting in Saudi Arabia. Which is it? Right. Why can't you fight? Why are you in Saudi Arabia if you can make $50 million fighting in the UK? What happened to that?
Well, he can't fight in the UK.
No, I'm saying he's not fighting in the UK. These guys are not fighting in the UK. Anthony Joshua is fighting in Saudi Arabia. Tyson Fury will have had 2 fights in a row in Saudi Arabia. His next Alexander Usyk fight taking place in Saudi Arabia. The fight with Anthony Joshua and Francis Ngannou is happening in Saudi Arabia. The fight with that Anthony Joshua just had happened in Saudi Arabia. They're moving all these big fights that were taking place in the UK that they said people were making all this money on. They're now moved them over to the UK. So they obviously weren't making as much money as they said they were in the UK. Otherwise, they still have fights there.
Right, they would stay there.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Do you think?
I never believed I didn't believe the money that they said that they were making then, and I don't believe the money that they're saying they're making now. I don't believe it.
I know, but do you think Saudi Arabia is bad for boxing?
I don't think it's bad for boxing because it's a bunch of UK. It's basically the European tour that they took to Saudi Arabia. I mean, that's what it looks like to me. They're not having a lot of big American fights taking place over there. They're having a bunch of fights, or unless you count Jake Paul. It seems to me that what they're doing is getting some of the fights that they would be having in the UK, and they're just taking those to Saudi Arabia. I think Saudi boxing is bad for UK boxing.
But then you got Bill and Bob trying to take the A side away and saying we should fight in Saudi Arabia and they'll pay the fighters directly.
Yeah, because those guys can't really, because their Bob Arum fighters aren't selling tickets. See, Bob Arum has not been into, and Top Rank has not been into selling tickets for a long time. Ever since HBO, and Bob Arum said it himself, ever since HBO in the mid-90s, started giving fighters contracts and started doing the matchmaking for Top Rank on HBO, HBO stopped doing what they were doing, which was putting on Top Rank, stopped doing what they were doing, which was matchmaking with and taking fights with Don King and making big matchups that fans wanted to see. They just basically started saying, well, if we're going to get the money from the networks, we'll start pushing all these Eastern European fighters. So you started seeing HBO pushing really heavy on the Klitschko's, pushing Vasily Zhurov, pushing Gennady Golovkin, pushing Vasily Lomachenko. Even towards the end of HBO, which has been gone a long time, they were pushing Monster Inoue. They were basically saying, we're going to just, because HBO is paying the bills, we can put on the fights that we want to put on, and we don't really care about the ticket sales because the networks are fronting the bill. That's no different than what they're doing in Saudi Arabia by saying, hey, the networks ain't paying us as much money as we want. We can get the Saudis to foot the bill. Where you have guys like Gervonta Davis and Canelo Alvarez, they got the fans paying the bills. That's why they're doing those. They're making fights where they're like, we got to get 300, 400, 500,000 pay-per-views, 1 million pay-per-views. We've got to get a 10, 15, $20 million gate. Those guys at the Top Rank, they're putting on shows, and their gates, I mean, an exemplary gate for these guys is 1.5 million. Their pay-per-views are doing 50,000 pay-per-views. They're not real pay-per-view. They're not real pay-per-view attractions. They're getting subsidized by ESPN. Those fights are getting subsidized by DAZN. So they want to go over to the UK and over to Saudi Arabia, and they want Saudi Arabia to do the same thing DAZN is doing and ESPN is doing, but just give them more money. And then what Bob Arum is also doing is he's being the co-promoter on it. And basically what he's doing is he's getting the fights in Saudi Arabia and the fights in the UK, and he's just being able to negotiate for himself the television rights, the distribution rights for the United States.
And that makes sense as to why when those fighters want to come to the PBC and ask for these crazy amount of numbers, but then it's like, well, what numbers what can you bring in? Because we're getting paid off what we earn. They're not just paying us just because you're putting fights together. So then you get the fans like, what does it matter? But it absolutely matters because of the way the business models are set up. So that makes a lot more sense now. And I don't think that Bob is going to make the Tank and Shakur fight. Like I don't see them making that fight anytime soon, especially with the way Bob is talking about the whole ain't no A side and all of this stuff and let's go fight Saudi
he's
Arabia.
the only issue. The only thing that can happen for him is what's been happening over there. That Shakur Stevenson, if he leaves, the fight can get made. If he leaves, just like the fight with Errol Spence was never going to happen as long as Terrence Crawford stayed with Bob Arum. It wasn't going to happen. It didn't happen until he left.
And I know Shakur saying this is his last fight, but his last fight was for a belt, and isn't the fight against Navarrete for a belt? And from my understanding, when you win a belt, your contract is extended.
It depends on the contract, but he's already been. It just depends on what's in the contract. It could be written in there that if you win a title, it's extended. It could be, but I think that that's just a term in an individual contract. I've definitely heard that has been the case before. Just like, your minimums go up, things like that. But I think it just really depends on what is what's negotiated. But I do think that the significant part of it is probably his managerial contract that he has with James Prince.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's probably if there's one thing that for me sits out there the most, it's me wondering what's his managerial situation with James Prince.
Last question. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely do you think the Errol Spence rematch will be with Terrence Crawford? Because I'm hearing a lot of talk about it ain't happening and Crawford's trapped in the contract, all this stuff I'm hearing. You say 7?
I would say a 7. And I think this is what it looks like to me. First of all, I'm not taking anything Terrence Crawford says seriously when he says, okay, I'm glad I'm past that, because Terrence will say one thing one day and say something the other. So I'm not really putting too much weight into that. I don't really think that he has. I'm not going to go off the contract because I don't really know what it is. So, but if you look at what Terrence Crawford needs to do, he doesn't have an ESPN. Top Rank's not trying to put him in a fight, really. Matchroom's not trying to put him in a fight, really. Golden Boy's not trying to put him in a fight, really. So, I mean, who is he going to fight? Like, what network, what promotional company is really chomping at the bit to get Terrence Crawford to fight their guy? Nobody.
I wonder why that is, though. Isn't he like the superstar now?
Why do I think that is? Well, number one, he's not signed with them. So, like, if you have a 3-fight deal with somebody, like take, for example, Devin Haney and Bob Arum. Bob Arum would never have given Devin Haney that fight he would have never paid for that fight and organized that fight with George Kambosos if George Kambosos did not sign a co-promotional deal with him for several fights, and Devin Haney didn't sign a co-promotional deal with him for several fights. Because he's not going to be like, okay, yeah, I've got belts. What happens if my guy loses? I need to know what's going to happen. I want to walk out with the champ any way it goes. So they're going to make him sign. So they're going to make him sign a deal, right? So so with Terrence Crawford, it's going to be the same thing. Okay, well, Terrence, if you want to fight, let's say Teofimo Lopez goes up. Well, actually, Bob Arum wouldn't even do it. Bob don't even want a multi-fight deal with him because Bob's already dealt with him. So Bob said already, no, he's not signing Terrence to a multi-fight deal. But say Bob Arum, say that there is somebody like, I don't know, Alexis Rocha or somebody that Golden Boy had. Or better yet, just act like Virgil Ortiz is at 147 and Terrence wants to fight Virgil Ortiz. Well, Golden Boy is going to say, yeah, but first of all, chances are you're going to beat my guy. So I need for you to sign a multi-fight deal with me. You're going to need to fight this one and this one in order to get a fight with him. Otherwise, we're not going to make the fight because we're not going to lose our best fighter and then you take the belts and yourself and go somewhere else. Right, so there's a high likelihood that Terrence Crawford is going to beat anybody that he fights. And then it is also the fact that has a reputation, and I think it's fair to say this because Bob Arum has said it. The PBC, I've heard people myself from the PBC say it, that Terrence Crawford negotiates funny. Like it's not something that's predictable and necessarily trustworthy, and he's difficult to deal with. So do you want to deal with somebody that's going to beat your guy and is difficult to deal with, and won't sign up, and isn't guaranteed to be with your company and help grow and fight other fighters? Probably not.
Yeah, it seems like he doesn't have anywhere to go. So I don't believe that he was saying that he's walking away from the rematch. But you know how he likes to stir his fans up.
Yeah, he said, I'm glad it's over. Like, I mean, yeah, you're glad it's over, but also there's a Terrence Crawford thing, as in, dude, they may let you sit down for a year and a half.
Yeah, and I don't see what the big deal is, because he only fights once a year anyway. So that he holding up his career and this and that, he only fights once a year anyway. The reason
that I say that is, man, is like, dude, you know the lady, I'm calling you a dude. I'm sorry, 2 cents. Do you know the term game recognizes game?
Yeah, right.
I personally believe that he played a game with Errol. And he let that negotiation go, and then he pulled out, fought somebody else, and let those dudes hanging. Yep. So he wound up fighting a guy that he left in the dirt, and wound up fighting a guy that was even more inactive than he would have been if they had fought him earlier on. If somebody
I believe that backfired on him, actually, because of the quote unquote credit he's not getting now because of the condition that Earl was in.
Well, but I think that it really hit him in the pocketbook more than anything. It hit him in the pocketbook. But the reason I bring it up is because if you're looking at somebody and saying, what are these guys doing? Oh, we know what we got to do. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Let him wait. Let him sit out a year and a half. Let him sit out in a year and a half without a payday, and we'll see where he is in a year and a half. So
can neither one of them take a fight?
I don't know.
That actually wouldn't be good for Earl either, to sit out that long.
The one for sure that can take another fight is Errol. He can take another fight for sure. Absolutely, he can, because he was the one that had to exercise the rematch clause. So since he exercised the rematch clause, he can say, "Nah, I changed my mind," and he can fight whoever he wants to. It's Terrence that may not be able to fight. Errol can do whatever he wants to do, because it was up to him to exercise the rematch clause or not exercise the rematch clause.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, all
that's
right.
The way that. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks, 2 Cent. Appreciate you coming by.
And chit chat with you for a second.
Yeah. Anytime. Thank you.
All right.
The Cajun brother, yeah. Let me see. Kyle Porter. I put Haney above Tank on my pound for pound list. What's your thought when comparing both fighters' resumes, considering the point in their career that they're about the same? I think that Gervonta Davis is beaten better. I think Gervonta Davis is beaten better fighters than Devin Haney has. And I think that Devin Haney has an accomplishment that Gervonta doesn't have. But I think Gervonta has fought better competition, and I think Gervonta's shown he's a better fighter. That's what I think. James, what's going on, sir?
Hey, man. I got a few things I wanted to talk about. I heard people talking about Loma and Gennady Golovkin.
Yes, sir.
My wife is from Ukraine, so that's where Loma's from also. But
yes, sir.
I like him because he was a great fighter as an amateur, and then when he came to the United States, he thought he was so good, and I believed in him, that he wanted to fight for a title, his first fight. And of course, Bob Arum said, no, you can't do that. But I think they gave him one at his second or third fight. He won a title.
I think it was he won it. He got it. I think he might have gotten it in his second, got an attempt, and he lost to Orlando Salido. And then in his third, he won it against Gary Russell Jr.
That's right. Is that the same Gary Russell Jr. that they're hyping right now? It's
Gary Antoine, which is his brother.
Oh, okay. I was wondering.
Yeah, all of the Gary Bruss. And see you later, Libby Life. Goodbye. All of Gary's brothers are named Gary after their father, Gary Russell.
Gotcha. Okay. Another thing. what percentage of the money do like the trainers get now? Do they get like 15%?
10. I think the standard is 10.
Because I remember when Sugar Ray Leonard had a disagreement with Angelo Dundee, Leonard was gonna make, I don't know, 4 million, 5 million, and he says, I can't give you that percentage. I'll give you a flat fee, but I can't give you a percentage. And that's the way boxers should do it. You know, it shouldn't be a set thing. And one last thing before I jump off, because I don't like to take a lot of time. I like to
No worries, sir.
Talk. Promoters. When I was watching boxing, it was Don King and Bob Arum. How honest were they? It seems like Don King got sued a lot by Ali, by Mike Tyson, by Larry Holmes, and I don't know how that panned out. I don't know if any of them got any money. But on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being a pretty good one and 10 being a terrible one, where do you rank Don King?
Don King, as a promoter, all in all, is the best. I think he's probably the best promoter ever.
Okay.
Here's the problem with boxing. Let me explain this. There are things called contracts of adhesion.
Okay.
Which is a lopsided contract. So say, for example, you own the company, the place that you're at, right?
Right.
And there's a guy that's sitting outside and he's homeless and he doesn't have a job. And you're the only person that will hire him. And he says, I want $20 an hour. And you say, I give you 10. Right? What real choice does he have?
Not much.
You know what I mean? Because you can choose 5, 10 other people to hire for your job, and they don't.
Exactly.
So that's kind of what happens in boxing. You get these fighters who are young and they don't have money, but it takes money to train. It takes money to eat. It takes money. You need a place to live. You need to hire a trainer that you don't have money to pay because you haven't gotten anything. So what you wind up is having a lot of leverage on the side of the fighter. I mean, of the promoter, who has all of the fights. He has the networks. He's got all the fighters that you want to fight all signed to him. It's a very lopsided leverage situation. So what you see a lot of times is that a fighter will start off and they're very happy with the contract that they have or the arrangement they have because that's the best they could get, right? Similar to you hiring the guy and paying him $10 an hour, and he was on the corner asking for quarters before that. But then say, he gets some money underneath it. He gets some money. He's worked some days. He saved some money up. He's bought some nice clothes. He's gone out and networked a little bit. And somebody says, hey, I'd like to pay you. Do really well at the way that you handle the wine. And you've educated yourself on how to sell it. Hey, I want you to come to work for me. I'll pay you $15 an hour. Then you say, well, I'm under contract to James for another year. Just say that you're under contract for another year to work with him. Well, for the rest of that year, you're feeling like you're underpaid. And you may do something to try to get out of that contract, right?
Right.
So once his leverage changes, his perception of the deal changes. Right. And see, that's where you listen to Don King, and where Don King will say, yeah, I was a crooked. I was broke. Yeah. I ripped everybody off as I made them millionaires. When I met you, you was broke as a joke. When you're suing me, you are a millionaire. So which is it? Yeah, I could have left your ass, I'm sorry, because I could have left you sitting on the corner and not signed you at all. Right. So that's kind of like when I think about the promoters, I think about it as kind of that progression. Like when you don't have any other options, man, the guy that's going to give you the chance is doing you something, is doing you a favor when you don't have another option. But then I think it's kind of like a little bit of a thing where you can't forget where you're coming from. You can't forget where you came from when you get to a situation where now you've got leverage. But at the same time, you got to use your own sense about it. You got to figure, well, look, I'm not going to stay just randomly loyal to the guy and continue to make $10 an hour when I can make 30 over here. I have a duty to myself as well. I've got a duty to my kids to maximize my income. You see what I'm saying? So I think it's just that it's something that's inherent to business. And I think that when people talk about Don King, they run Don King's name in the ground when really Don King's model was really not much different than Bob Arum's, but Bob Arum just wouldn't pay you a lot.
Oh,
Bobby, from what it seems to me, Don King will let you give you a really big contract. Now, I'm not going to tell you the man ain't. I know of some real funny things that he did now.
okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I read Don King's contract with Mike Tyson, and I was like, what is this? Like for real. I had to read that contract. First of all, it was about that thick. But once I finally I wrote contracts for a living. I know contracts. So, I mean, I'm not a novice in them by any means, right? So, but I realized, I was like, oh man, this guy's paying him in stock. Like Don King was taking the money, got paid in cash in an advance in cash. He kept the cash and paid Mike Tyson in private stock from the casino. So it was like he basically wasn't even paying Mike Tyson any real money. Bob and Mike Tyson couldn't sell the stock unless it was approved by the casino to sell it. So it was worthless to him. And Don King wound up taking the cash advance and sticking Mike Tyson for the value of the advance against stock that he could never sell. So look, man, you know what it is. This dog out there in the world when these guys are doing with this millions of dollars, but
Yeah.
you know, anyway, that's what I think, man. But I look at it as just business. That's just the business world. I mean, you know how people that's how people are. If they can put you in a position where they have a lot of leverage over you, at the end of the day, a lot of people are going to get what they need to get, and their scruples, you know, and their idea of morality and ethical behavior, you know, is a wide range in how people deal with that. That's my thoughts on it, though.
Okay, last thing, Fanon.
Yes, sir.
Do you drink?
A little bit.
Okay, because you see in the background, I'm the liquor manager, so I'm
I see the wine. Yeah. I'll drink. I don't like wine. I'm more of like a Scotch person.
Yeah, okay. What do you drink when you're on the set? Because I see you sipping constantly, you know, because you talk a lot, so you got to keep the throat lubricated.
Coffee and water.
Okay, I see you tip that cup so many times. I think, can nothing be inside that cup? He tipped that bad boy up. You just take a little swig every time.
Yeah, I just, it's just something, man, because it's a nervous habit for me.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, it's kind of like a nervous habit. Yeah, I sip on the water. Yeah, people always say there's nothing in it. If I tip it all the way like there's probably nothing left in it. But then what I'll do is I'll just take a second and I'll go refill my cup and then come back. Because I'm on for a while, man.
Yeah, you are. So I'll always jump off and jump back on when I can.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, James. All right, man. Get back. Yeah, I'm glad you figured that out, man. Yeah, Mike Tyson made a lot of money in his career, man. So it is what it is. I don't know if that financial literacy is really it, bro. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that. Let me get this guy. Let me do this. Let me do something real quick. Because I don't want to be. Yeah, it's interesting, man. The whole business conversation, man. The whole business conversation is interesting to me because people are in business. Everybody's got their own interest, and you got to judge what people do from their vantage point. And don't nobody owe you loyalty because you're not fighting for free. You want money, so they're not promoting for free either. And you got to compete with other boxers for the promoter's time and for the promoter's resources. And part of that competition is making it financially viable for them, which is why I'm telling you, Terrence Crawford is like, personally, I would have a hard time dealing with Terrence Crawford because, there's also like how you prefer to do business. I prefer to do business with people that are straightforward. This is what we want to do. This is what you're going to do. This is what I'm going to do. This is what you're going to get. I have a family member I dealt business with, and he would like write these bonus plans and all this stuff, and I would read it, and I was like, man, it's just not even worth my time. Keep it, because I'm never going to earn anything off that. All you're going to do is send me around the block 5 million times. It was really much more about keeping me motivated and making me work hard, making me work much harder in order to get something that was never going to materialize. So I'm like, that's a carrot in front of my nose. That's like a carrot. You're just tied a carrot in front of my nose. I don't want to deal with that, man. You know, versus I know other people that do not ever want salary. They always want commission. And they want commission and commission only. Because if they sell it, they want the money because they feel comfortable that way. But no, I think I just... Anyway, we're going to take a couple more callers, bro. And I thank y'all immensely for chopping it up with me. I prefer salary. I can't count what you can't. I can't count what you can't guarantee. I mean, for a salesman, a lot of people really like. Depends on what you're selling. It depends on what you're doing. If I'm Gervonta Davis, I prefer commission. If I'm Gervonta, Devin's on salary. Gervonta's on commission. And so when he's saying you're jumping over here on commission, buddy, we're dealing over here on commission. And you ain't selling nothing. So I'm not trying to hear it. That's why you're not going to hear this stuff, man. That's the problem. Shakur's on salary. Lomachenko's on salary. Devin's on salary. Those guys are on salary. They're on ESPN salary. Errol Spence is on PBC commission. Canelo Alvarez is on commission. Canelo prefers commission. Like, man, I'm okay with them guarantees, bro. I'm all right with them guarantees. I'm okay. I'm all right with that. I'll go over here and sell these tickets my damn self. That's why you're not going to see those fights, because they're not going to cut him in on that. And that's why you guys making up these numbers are so detrimental, and you skew people's perspective. Oh, he sold 200,000 pay-per-views. You're lying like a rug. You lying like a rug. I see the super chat of there. What do you mean? I don't see any super chats that I haven't gotten to. I appreciate y'all for supporting, though, because it's necessary. Like I said, I work on commission. This is commission. You guys getting paid to do the Haney shit, that's salary. So I got to tell you the truth. And I mean it. Like, that ain't no joke. I got to show up every day. I got to tell you stuff that is not going to backfire on me. Certain other cats can tell you stuff and you know it's wrong. You know it's going to be wrong. It's going to be wrong today. It's going to be wrong. It was wrong yesterday. It's going to be later. It's going to be wrong later today. It's going to be some shit that you know is like, man, that wasn't true. Doesn't matter, though. They don't care. Because they're getting paid to say it, not for it to be true. What's the difference between commission and salary? Salary is you're going to get the same amount no matter what. Salary, you're getting, if you show up and work, you are going to get X amount of dollars. That's a salary. Oh, I know what you mean, Richard Paris. You got, as an owner, you're getting paid what you sell. That's why you want to be a business owner. But with a business owner, as a business owner, I mean, it's you get what you kill. You know what I mean? That's what Leonard Ellerby is talking about. That's why they don't even really pay attention. That's why they don't really believe a lot of this stuff, man. That's why they really don't believe all of this stuff that you guys are talking about, man. What's going on, Upper Echelon?
What's up, Martin? This is my last go round right here. But dude was talking about he'd rather be on salary. What I was gonna say, Manny Pacquiao, when he fought for Top Rank, he was on salary. He had 6 fights that did over 1 million pay-per-view buys. And he lost hundreds of $1 millions with that because on Top Rank, you know, you gotta go over the 500K threshold before you start getting back in anyway. So that's 500K worth of money that he didn't even get a percentage of, and he got paid off what Bob Arum and them gave him when he made 6 fights over $1 million. I mean, 1 million pay-per-view buys. That's why when he left, he seen the difference with PBC. That's why Terrence Crawford, when he got that check with Earl, he seen the difference on the back end and everything, because when you're working for yourself, like PBCs, they work like 1099s and stuff like that, where you're your own boss. You eat what you kill, you buy what you get. So when you don't get them guarantees right there, then whatever you make, that's what you get right there. You get that right there. So people don't know, in business, you don't never want a salary. You want to be able to make your own checks, pay off what you can do, because you take the risk and you take all the expenses, and then after you cover your expenses, what's left, that's what you get to keep. And yeah, that's what I was trying to explain to him right there.
Man, yeah, I got you. That's what I've been explaining for 5 minutes.
Yeah, they act like they can't understand what you were saying. And yeah,
I think he did, because he changed up. Because what he said is, no, I understand that as a worker, I would. Because the scenario in which you do not want commissions and you do not want that stuff is when you don't have control over it. If you don't have control over the outcome, then you don't want commission, you want salary. If you do not have, like somebody that works in finance does not want commission, they want a salary, because they don't have any control over what you're going to do, over what products you're going to sell. They don't have any control over the pricing. The time when you want a salary is when you don't have any control over the outcome. But if you have control over the outcome, then that's when you say, if I can make more, I want more. But if I am totally dependent upon you and the decisions that you make, then pay me for the hours that I get. You know, I think it fits the particular person. But I'm about to roll out of here, brother. Thank you, Upper Echelon.
All right, no problem, bro.
All right, man. Get back with you, bro. I don't trust a man that has another man's in their bio with their shirt off. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think y'all do some of y'all with them shirts off things, you know, y'all kind of wilding out a little bit. But look, James Wiley, what's up? What's up, James?
Man, I had to switch hats. I also like Deion Sanders. So when he was at Jackson State, I went on and rocked the Big J.
Oh.
But anyway,
yes,
I was going to tell you, I do bet on fights, and I have bet. I want to give you some of the ones I've won and some of the ones I've lost. Okay. With Larry Holmes and Cooney, I won $900 because I had people, once Cooney knocked out Norton, they knew he was going to beat Holmes. So I went to all those cats, and I was like, I bet you 100, I bet you 50, and I got 900 out of that one. I got $100 betting Sugar Ray Leonard would beat Marvin Hagler. They didn't think that would happen.
Oh, that's a good money.
Yeah. Now let me tell you some of the ones I lost. The Canelo Triple G2, I lost $100 on that because I had 900 on the first time saying Triple G would win, and it was a draw. I was so mad I couldn't believe it. So I thought, okay, they're gonna pull that. Tommy Hearns, I thought Tommy Hearns would beat Sugar Ray Leonard. Lost $85 on that.
Oh, which, the first one or the second one?
The first one. The first one.
Oh yeah, he was gonna beat him if he hadn't got put to sleep.
I know. And I lost $100 on Sugar Ray Leonard and Roberto Duran the first time. I just don't know why they didn't fight the way I wanted them to fight the first time, and then the second time, of course, they win. So
yes,
I just wanted to throw that out, my man.
I appreciate that. Thank you for the knowledge. Appreciate you. That takes me back. All right, brother, get back with you, man.
Okay.
All right, James. We got our last call, Big Dre in the building. What's up, man?
What's up? Peace and blessings to you, sir.
Peace and blessings, man. Peace and blessings.
Well, y'all got talking about, salaries and commissions, and I'm an automotive technician. I do diagnostics. I spent a lot of time working for somebody else, getting paid a salary. It was an okay salary. And now that I'm out here doing my own thing, I'm controlling my own hours. And I tell the guys here at work, I am that guy. I show up when I want to. I leave when I get ready. And I'm making more money than I made, in years prior. It makes it a whole lot easier for me. I just come in, I do the diagnostic, bang, I get paid for that vehicle, I'm out. It works so much better. When you decide you want to take some time off, you don't have to ask, you just have to let them know. Nobody controls what you do and the way you do it. It makes it so much nicer, man.
I got you, man. I really don't want to. I mean, sometimes we get off on these topics, man. I don't want to hang too much on this one. We were talking about that as it relates to boxing, man.
Yeah, so, I know, but I just had to say that because, it took me a long time to realize it. I'm over 60 now, and it took me till I was almost 60 to realize that, that's the way to make the money.
Yes, sir.
But as far as boxing goes, I wish some of these promoters would get into a room and say, let's make these fights happen, because as consumers, we want to see the fights. We will pay for the fights. We will go to the fights. We will buy the tickets, buy the pay-per-views if they would just put them on. All of this talking about, I want to fight, you ducking me, and then, the promoters know these fights should happen. Why don't they get in the room and make it happen? I know they want to control the belts, and they want fighters to fight under their banner. So when it comes to promoting the next fight, they got the belt. The belt is coming in under their banner, and hopefully it's leaving under their banner. But I guess they don't want to fulfill the customer satisfaction end of the thing. Trying to keep these things out here. I like to see the fights. I want to go to the fights. I have found that I've got more boxing time in the last 3 years than I had. Rather than being just a upper level casual fan, that I'm a real boxing fan now. Watching almost everything that I can get my hands on.
Yes, sir. All right, Big Dre. Thanks, bro. I got to roll out of here, man, because I got to clean up before my wife gets here, man. So I do got to bounce. But hey, I appreciate you calling again, brother.
You have a good day.
You as well, sir.
Something on the Cash App, because I like to keep seeing you. So we want to make sure.
Hey, man, we gonna be here, man. We gonna be here for sure. We got Hopefully, we got some new fights. I got to check what fights we got coming up. I think we do.
I can't wait for the PBC to put their announcement out so that they can so we can see the dates and we can see who's fighting. Because without an announcement, you got a whole lot of these rumors and innuendos going around, and you don't know what's actually going on.
Yeah, Cass is saying a lot of stuff, man. But it is what it is, man. It's something to talk about. Yeah, there's nothing really going on this weekend. Marquand Williams is fighting on Pro Box. Actually, that's tomorrow. Friday is Chris Cyborg is fighting. I think that may be a UFC or a WFC something. And Meyer and Jonas, that's it. On ESPN this weekend, and I don't know who else is on that card. This is a UK garbage. I can't wait, man. I really wish, man, dude. Man, these UK fighters are trash. Like, so many of them are trash. But all right, man, I'm gonna get back at you, brother.
Okay, man. You enjoy. Have a good day. Peace and blessings to everybody in the chat. Y'all have a good one.
All right, man. Get back. Thank you, sir. Hey, I don't mind, man. Look, man, I love talking to y'all, talking about this boxing, but it is what it is, man. I was trying to go 2.5 hours this morning, man. I got to clean up. My wife is going to be back home today. So you guys is going at each other in the chat, man. So let me let y'all separate, bro. A picture of a guy to weigh in is not sweetie pie stuff, bro. I thought you talking about a guy like flexing or whatever. You know, Rich Batty, can you chill out a little bit, man, please? Upper Echelon, can you chill out a little bit? Because, you know, it's hard to hold the conversation when y'all in here distracting the chat with personal fights. You know what I mean? And like, especially if you guys got like other channels, I wouldn't go into your chat and start arguing with people in your chat. I don't even make comments in other people's chats because I don't want to distract from the chats. So if you guys would not mind not coming to the chat and arguing in the chat, I would greatly appreciate it, man. You know what I'm saying? If you want to argue, click the link and have the other person click the link and you can argue here so everybody can enjoy it and you can be part of the show. Otherwise, bro, you were just really distracting from being able to for people to participate in the chat. I literally see Rick Timms talking about everything but what we're talking about. You know what I mean? So you're really doing me a disservice when you come to the chat and you're arguing with each other. You know what I mean? Like I don't go to other people's chats and start fighting with people in other people's chats. Fanon said he has to clean before his wife gets back. I know that feeling. I've been there. Yeah, I got to get it right. Because that shit's I don't want that headache, man. But look, I'm out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. And with that, I'm out. Deuces. Yeah, Richie Batty, please. That's what I'm at. But don't come to the chat and have prolonged arguments, man. Please do not do that. I'd appreciate it a bunch. Anyway, I'm out. Deuces.